significant sea duty, serving aboard the tall ship Sagres and commanding the patrol boat Aguia. Hopefully I said that right. He is head of the Maritime Safety Section of the Portuguese Hydrographic Institute and also responsible for the Navigational Methods and Systems branch. His presentation is on Maritime Safety Information Relay through navigational databases. Victor, please.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. This presentation is focused on explaining the work made by Portugal by the Instituto Geográfico on developing web-based service supported by robust navigational databases, which are providing maritime safety information in an organized, friendly manner. A brief description about what will be focused, our role, the old ways and the first approach of ANAVNet, new requirements for the following version, the second version description, the associated database structure, consideration about ANAVNet and the e-navigation concept, the third version, and the futures development. We are an organism from the Portuguese Navy. We are representative of IHO. We achieved the nomination of State Laboratory on April 2002, and we have several capabilities that interact together, namely hydrographic, oceanography, and navigation. The Institute has been ensuring the fulfillment of Portuguese responsibilities in many issues related to the SOLAS Convention, from producing the nautical documents, charts and publications, publishing the associated note to mariners for the corrections of those documents, as we are the national authority for the worldwide navigation warning system, and we are the national coordinator for the NAVSEC system. As you certainly know, a few decades ago, notice to mariners were called postal notice. As a matter of fact, they were a small booklet, and once they were published, the best way to distribute them was by mail. In 1998, following a visit to the Service Hydrographique et Oceanographique de la Marine, we started to project the dissemination of notice to mariners via internet. 1 year later, notice to mariners were released in the Institute Geographic website as a single PDF file. This is a sample about the web page. What by today's standards can be considered retrograde or even due information did actually mean in those days a giant step in terms of flexibility and speed. However, it didn't improve the data management on board. So, by 2006, we start to identify new requirements for a new web-based service. The navigation division has been steered having in mind the main goal of reducing navigator workload while enhancing safety of navigation and making available automatic presses when and whenever it was possible. Thus, consider the requirements of frequent verification of nautical documents in order to keep them updated, along with the different sources of information that could affect them. It was clear that a new clever solution was required. Simultaneously, a perturbing reality grew stronger in everybody's mind. The fact that too many vessels, especially fishing and leisure crafts, were not fitted with a NavTex receiver. Many of them did actually miss VHF radio. That means a total incapacity of receiving coastal navigational warnings. Apart from NavAria and coastal navigation warnings, the Worldwide Navigational Warning Service established the possibility of issuing navigation local warnings for mariners, clearly covering ports and harbors area. But leave this issue as a possibility to be covered by coastal states. However, the ability to disseminate this information was limited, relying on wall displaying near official buildings and faxes to marinas and sailing associations, along with VHF broadcasts. We consider the possibility of gathering this type of navigational warnings nationwide and make it available through ANAVNet. But for that, full cooperation from legally bounded parties was required. In order to achieve the proposed goals, it was necessary to correlate coastal and local navigational warnings with the existing chartfolio and nautical publications. Furthermore, there was a need to associate geographical areas to designate local competent authorities. Concept modeling was done based on interviews to end users, Navy navigators, and systems administrators from our institute. Entity relationship models were used in order to depict relationships between different authorities and their unique description attributes. It was necessary to develop a few applications using Oracle forms in order to log the required data, both textual and graphical. This option allowed specific setup requirements in terms of man-machine interface. All graphical data was kept accessible for further application based on database search. Furthermore, once they are given a geo-reference system, they can be used in geographic information systems. A number of profiles for all parties were created, matching their area of responsibility through a user password authentication process. Interested partners may introduce directly in ANAVNet their navigational warnings. Additionally, an automatic email generation capability was created, stating which area had been affected, containing the whole text of the navigational warnings and, naturally, the promulgation authority. That capability was later extended in order to inform